Hey guys, I hope everyone is well. So we're just gonna hop right into this video. As you can see from the thumbnail, I'm gonna be showing you how to achieve this beautiful rose gold kind of dusty pink hair color with darker roots. So I'm starting off with applying this chocolate brown color to the roots of this 613 wig. And yeah, the chocolate brown roots just make the wig a little more wearable. And I'm taking my time with this. Like this, there's really no key to rooting. The key and the secret is to literally take your time. That's how you're gonna ensure that you don't get the lace stained. You really don't want to stain the lace, especially on a 613 wig with this color, because it'll just make your wig look very unnatural and very messy. So you just want to really take your time and make sure that you use like a small utensil to apply the product. I like using an eyebrow spoolie. I think that's what you call it. So you can use that, or I've seen people use like toothbrushes. I've seen people use like a tiny comb. So whatever works best for you, just make sure you can get really close to the roots of the hair without actually dyeing the lace. So literally just take your time when you're doing this. Like what I like to do is like listen to music, or I'll have I'll be talking to someone on the phone, or I'll be like, having a conversation, and just take your time. Like you cannot rush this process, otherwise your whole lace is just going to be full of stains, and we don't want that. And I'm only applying the color about an inch, not even an inch. I feel like 3/4 of an inch down. And you're going to see that at the end, the roots are not actually going to be this color, because once I apply the rose gold color, it's going to kind of color the brown a little bit. So it's going to be like a mixture of a rose gold and a brown. So it's going to come off more of like a dusty rose, but it's still going to make the wig a lot more wearable and a lot more natural and give it like the slight ombre effect. So just take your time, honestly, just take your time. I actually didn't apply got to be to the lace as some people like to do. I just like to apply a white napkin underneath the lace. Like basically I apply the napkin on the mannequin head, then apply the wig on top of the napkin. And I feel like this just helps me to see exactly what I'm doing, and also helps me to kind of know if I'm getting too close to the roots and stuff like that, because I don't know, the white just makes it everything much more easier. And also you want to apply a very small amount of color to your applicator. When you're applying the color to your roots, you don't need a lot of color, and that's what's gonna also minimize your chances of staining the lace. I'm just showing you that there's no stains on the lace. The stain that you see in the front is on the napkin. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start rinsing out the hair and preparing for the next step. Also, I let the color sit on the roots for about an hour before rinsing it off. So in this clip, I'm showing you the different variations of the rose gold color. As you can see, one is a lot more brown than the other. And I achieve these colors just by applying the different mixtures, like different combinations of the mixtures. Like I'll do 75% of one, 25% of the other. And then I do half and half just to see what color I wanted. In the end, I leaned more towards the rose gold color. And as you can see, I'm using the watercolor method. So I have a bucket with some hot water in it, and now I'm applying the semi-permanent color to the bucket just to get my custom color. So I'll have all the colors I used in the description box, but I am mixing a little bit of the rose gold color and then a little bit of the more brown color, just to kind of get the color that I'm desiring. So as you can see in the beginning, the color was way too light. It was way too pastel-y. So this was a process where, I kind of added more color depending on how much darker I wanted the wig to go, or if I wanted the shade to change. So this was actually a lot of fun for me. But just take your time, and remember, it's much easier to build up the color than it is to take away the color. So just take your time and add the color gradually, depending on if you want to, change the shade or darken it up. So after several attempts, I just kept going. Like, see, as you can see, the color is getting dark, the water is getting browner and browner, because I was like, yeah, this is just too pastel-y for me. So just take your time. And now I'm just going to let the music play, because what I'm doing is pretty self-explanatory and pretty repetitive. So I'm just going to let the music play, but I just think it's really important to include these clips in the video because you might get a little discouraged in the beginning because you're like, wow, it's the color of the wig is not changing. But because it's such a light color, it takes a while for you to actually see the effects. But just as I said, as I keep repeating, just take your time and apply the color gradually and you'll get your desired color. Also, as you're doing this method, you want to make sure you're opening the wig up and kind of raking the color onto the hair. You're flipping it upside down just to make sure that every single strand of the wig is saturated with the color. So after letting the wig sit in the water for about a minute, I rinsed it out, I blow dried it, and this is the result I got. I apologize for the lighting. It was very late and I didn't have really good lighting at the time, but this is how the wig came out. And what I'm going to do is use my clippers and start cutting a bob. I'm doing an asymmetrical bob, so the back of the bob is going to be shorter and the left and the right side are going to be a little bit longer. And after that, I just flat iron the hair and bump the ends a little bit. And here is the finished product. I really like the way the color came out. I love the way the roots came out. As you can see, the roots aren't brown anymore. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, they're more of like a dusty rose color, but that makes the wig just so much more wearable. And yeah, you can see the rooting really well right there. Once again, there's no stains on the lace. Those are stains that are on like the mannequin head. And here is the color in more natural lighting. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know. You can leave a comment or you can also like the video. And if you have any more suggestions for future videos, let me know. And until next time, take care. Oh, I almost forgot to mention the wig is from my hair company, Al Jamila Hair, and I'll leave details to my hair company below.